Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Let's Have a Pint. Today we have La Folie. It is part of New Belgium's Lips of Faith series. It is a 2017 bottle, so it is a year. It is from, as we already said, New Belgium Brewing Company, and they are out of Fort Collins, Colorado. It is a sour Flanders Oud Brun, if I pronounce that correctly. 7% alcohol by volume, 18 IBUs, which seems actually kind of high to me. 3.94 is the average rating on Untapped. It has been rated 54,589 times. And this is probably all time my favorite sour beer. It is basically a sour brown ale. The description reads, La Folie Wood Aged Burr is our original wood-conditioned beer, resting in French oak barrels between 1 to 3 years before being bottled. Peter Oakbert came to us from Rodenbach, home of the fabled Sour Red. Our La Folie emulates the spontaneous fermentation beers of Peter S. Beloved Flanders. So it's Peter's Beloved Flanders with sour apple notes, a dry effervescence, and earthy undertones. And says, new in 2010 we'll be doing single bottling of La Folie for the year, collecting the 22-ounce unique to 2010 design bottle and start a yearly wood-aged collection of goodness. I have not gotten this yearly. I believe I got the 2010, and I think I got like 2012, and then I didn't have it until 2016. Now I got a 2017. Don't actually know if I should hard pour it, because technically it's not that high in alcohol, but being a sour, I did not expect it to have a head. And as you can see, it is all head. So I might have been a dumbass for doing a hard pour on that. But it is a slightly off tan head. Very small bubbles. That go away rather rapidly. It's reddish brown in color. Does it actually still say sour brown ale? No, it doesn't. Okay, so maybe it's not actually a sour brown ale. The bottles used to say that, though. That I don't know if that went away like fucking 7 years ago. Our traditional Flanders style sour brown, there it is matured in large French oak wine barrels called foeders for 1 to 3 years. 13 foeders are then chosen and mindfully blended for complex notes of green apple, cherry, and caramel. And if you've never seen the bottle, in that area is where it says it's brown. No? Sorry, it's in that area. Oh, so we still got a fair amount of head on here. Everybody tells me I need to try Fat Tire again. At first I really did like Fat Tire, but I haven't really enjoyed it the last few times I've had it. I've disliked it. But I also haven't had it in it's been about 5 years since I've had Fat Tire. And there was another one people said I needed to try again, and I still disliked it, so. But with that said, I absolutely do love New Belgium. Fat Tire is the only thing I've had that I don't care for. I don't know how much of that head's going to go away. So I definitely get the green sour grapes on the nose. Maybe a hint of caramel. I get the cherries as well. It's mainly the sour green apple and cherry. I don't know if I don't feel like caramel goes well with this, but we'll see. No, it's a good sour. This has actually come down drastically in price around here. Uh, this being a year old, I still got it for $7. Uh, 2018s, I believe, are $7. I saw some 2015s somewhere for $7. Definitely get that green apple out of this. And it is very, very sour. You have to like very sour beers to enjoy this. There is a less going on the back end, but there is more cherry tartness on that back end. But that sour green apple hits you right up front. Very late, I'm getting kind of some caramel, and it doesn't disrupt the brew, actually. It's interesting. It's not bad, but it's very mellow, very light. I feel like if it would be a little bit more forthcoming than what it actually is, uh, then it might disrupt the brew. Uh, I have no idea how far New Belgium distributes, but I can pretty much find Folie, which is pretty much their only Lips of Faith beer I can find, but anywhere at least. I can find this one anywhere, and it's pretty much the only one I can do that with. As long as it's Hy-Vee or any other place that really sells good beer. I've never seen it at Walmart, Target, none of that stuff. Uh, so I think the only things I've seen at Walmart and Target for are even like Bakers or some shit from New Belgium are like Fat Tire, the Voodoo Ranger IPA, the Imperial IPA, and those are about the only three. Uh, I want them to do La Terror again. I've not seen them do La Terror since I originally got it. And is there still bottles of La Terror around? Like, I'm seeing old bottles of this. I absolutely loved La Terror too. They had a third one that I really loved, but I don't remember the name of it offhand. No, they still do it because it's got the new label for this year. I don't know, what I love about that one is it's bitter and it's sour. Well, bitter and tart. Which is just not something you see much. Uh, I'll get this again because I've got it many times. Uh, I don't know. I want to update that part of this where I say, will I get this again? Because, I can like it and probably not ever get it again. Uh, it's always been one of my favorite sours. I don't know. I got to think of something for that though, because I don't feel like that doesn't necessarily does do justice. We'll see what I figure out. You guys can suggest things too. Uh, Rating? I'll say this though, it is no longer my favorite. I don't know if it just doesn't age well, which would be odd for a sour, or if it's just not as good as it used to be, or maybe this one wasn't kept well because I did buy it recently. Um, I honestly will probably be going 4.25. That's where I'm going to stick is 4.25. Anyways, till next time, Prost.